Namaskar, good evening, Sasyakar. Uh, this is Ashok Bakshi from Zana Family Delhi chapter. आज हम मिल रहे हैं डूज एंड डोंट्स फॉर होस्ट एंड एंड द गेस्ट इसके इस टॉपिक के ऊपर बातचीत करने के लिए और इसमें हमारे साथ जुड़े हैंगे एंड वेरी एमिनेंट जेंटलमैन कर्नल वीरी सिंह. I'll request you to have some patience because I have to give a little introduction about the Colonel VD Singh, and for that, I'll request all of you to be bear with me. Colonel VD Singh hails from Lucknow, settled in Ambala, post superannuation in 2017. He continues with his passion for music. Music journey began since school time from a famous beat group known as Spark from Lucknow as bass guitar player and singer. Then freelance composer and sound engineer, having won Best Music Composer Awards during Jodhpur International Film Festival 2020. He participates every year at Ladakh Music Festival with his music. He plays many variety of instruments. Presently, his jazz music is streaming worldwide over Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Music, and many other streaming services. He experiments with music in his home studio called Padarth Studio, where he creates his own track, presents it worldwide through his YouTube channel, VD Singh 8. He's primarily into jazz and metro music. So this was a little introduction of Colonel VD Singh. And I'll request now Colonel VD Singh to kindly take it forward from here. The topic as we are going to discuss today for do's and don'ts for the host and the guest. Colonel VD Singh, you're welcome to join us kindly on this
Thank
show.
you. Thank you, Mr. Bakshi. It's an honor to be here once again, though I keep appearing on this platform. But I thought it would be very good if we discuss about certain do's and don'ts for host and the guest in a Zoom session, which is often ignored by many people, and it definitely affects the overall quality of Zoom session in terms of contents, in terms of preparedness, in terms of voice and video and whatnot. So, to start with, I'll start with the host. Host plays a very important role because host has to not only carry out interview, but host also has to manage participants. So,
Mm.
the first and foremost thing is that as per the schedule, suppose Zoom session has been scheduled at 6:30, it is expected that host should arrive little early, 5 minutes or so. Why? Because host has to manage a lot of things like managing participants. So he would like to make them wait in the waiting room of
Mhm.
Zoom. Then he should also have something, a pencil and a paper to whom he would like to assign co-host, uh, and various other resources which he has to keep handy. Also, what are the presentation items in terms of soft copies as screen sharing, number of things. It is not a random thing. One has to think very very deliberately. Also, a host has to be very much in touch with the various chat functions. because you will agree with me when you talk in between, uh, which is a shift from your main topic. It's a kind of a distraction. That's why chat-based instructions are to be sent to the participants who have already entered the room. You should be, as a host, you should be very clear what all participants are there and their background also. Ideally speaking, in a Zoom session, recording should be started by the host, and it should not be kind of a automatic start that once you start off the recording also start, because it eats up a lot of space in the cloud.
Mhm.
Uh, and one thing to be remembered is that there are two types of accounts in Zoom: unpaid, that is free account, and the paid account. In the free account, please remember that the recording is done locally, that is on your computer. And when you have a paid account, recording is done as per your will. You can do it on your computer as well as in the cloud. When we say recording in the cloud, nothing gets recorded on your computer. It gets recorded in the cloud, thus saving you a huge amount of space. Also, the host has to be very, very clear about the topic about which, because he is going to introduce participants, and an overview of the subject has to be known to the host. So that's
Mhm.
why host plays a very, very important. Now we come to the guest. If you're a guest, you're expected to arrive on time. Host has
Mhm.
already arrived. You have to arrive on time. Yeah, and as a permanent thing, you have to keep the mic mute unless you're asked to unmute. If you don't keep your microphone in muted condition, then it creates a lot of disturbance because of the ambient noise. The place where you're sitting and conducting the Zoom session, that place may not be soundproof. Maybe there are some pets in your home, kids making noise here and there. So one has to be very, very particular, and because one has to respect the session which is going on. So keep your mic muted until and unless you are told to unmute. No distractions. As far as distractions are concerned, like looking here and there and in between giving instructions to the maid servant, this is a very immature thing to do. Once you're in Zoom session, please pay full attention to Zoom. No distractions, and be there. Absolutely, your eyes glued to the camera. Then, as a guest, you have to be very clear about your portion when your turn comes. So you keep your material ready in terms of printed material, which you may read out, or perhaps a PowerPoint presentation which you want to show. That PowerPoint presentation should be opened and minimized so that you can do screen sharing. Your personal appearance. Your personal appearance, I think it goes commonly for host as well as the guest. You have to dress up as per the occasion. I'm not saying that you get into that formal, uh, dressing, but as far as possible, it should be a decent dressing up. It gives a very, very good impact to the viewers, because it is not that only you and the guests are seeing. You will be viewed by thousands of people later on. Proper light arrangement and the background, very, very important for host as well as for the guest. Your face should be well lit, which you can practice much before this session starts. You choose a space where you can comfortably sit down. Your background should be good enough. It's not that there is a clothesline and things are hanging down over there. Or alternatively, either host or the guest can use virtual background. Just remember, using a virtual background slows down your speed, internet speed, because processing, is much more. Like I am using a simple virtual background. So this is also causing a dip in internet speed. Uh, Now, you as a guest must adhere to the guidelines given by the host. You should be very clear where to start and where to start and where to stop when you are reading out your script. Maybe you have written 3, 4 pages, but you have not been asked to read all those things. You should be clear. This is my portion and I'll speak. And kindly stick to your timing. There should be a watch in front of you. Every Zoom session has its own sanctity in terms of keeping up with the time. If it is 1 hour, maybe few seconds plus or minus, but it cannot happen that a 1 hour session goes on to 2 hours. And that one has to avoid. Now, common points for the host and the guest. Please pay attention to your language, to your pronunciation. It should be crisp and clear. So, to make it happen, first of all, have to look into the computer. If you are using a laptop, then its microphone is built in. If you are using an Android, I suggest that you should have earphones like I have. These earphones have got a microphone also, and this microphone should be near you. So what have I done? I have made one loop around my ear and then let it hang around here so that it is nearer to my mouth and my voice is crystal clear. So these are the few tips which one has to keep in mind. However, if you have anything to ask, I'm here to answer that.
Extremely
Uh,
valid points which you've raised, Kanazab, and
Ji,
we will adhere to these only. And
sure.
what we would like to know is that before the host, as you said, the host and the guest have to have some kind of interaction prior
Correct.
to the actual show,
Absolutely
so
right.
that there's a
Absolutely.
feeling of comfort on both the sides.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And once that feeling takes place, the confidence takes place, the
Yes.
host is able to extract more information from the guest, and the guest also feels happy in divulging more information. So
Very,
I
very
think
good.
that is a
Very
very
good.
important point. Important
Very
point.
important.
And
Yes.
as you said, we have to practice before the mirror. It's like a act. It's a,
Yeah.
we have to be
Your
very careful.
yeah, flow. There should be a flow where whatever you are speaking, no fumbling with the words. And as far as possible, your language should be clear and crisp, should be easily audible and understood by the target audience. So there is no, there is no compromise on that aspect. That's what I recommend.
Well, that's what makes the success of the show,
Exactly. Yeah.
and the ratings plus the viewership, uh,
Yes. These are all
etc.
quality. Yeah, these are all quality tips which will enhance the viewership of your
Correct.
session.
Correct.
Mr. Bakshi, you have any question?
No, I forgot to add here that
Please.
Mr. Alishan Shah is a very well-known host in the YouTube and Zoom. He has hosted many
Yes.
interviews and talk
Yes.
shows and
Yes.
other things.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
his background, he is from JNU. He has done a foreign language courses in
Mm-hmm.
Chinese
Mm-hmm.
language, and
Okay.
his language is very flowery, I would say, very
Mm-hmm.
interesting, and he makes a
Good.
very good host. And I forgot to add his name here as a
Okay.
host, and so he's a very nice person, and he said correctly that there should be some interaction between the host and the guest, so that there's a
Yes.
the
It's
connect
a
is there.
connect is there.
Comforts is there in
Comfort.
talking and other
Absolutely.
things.
Absolutely.
And for that, it is good that we gave introduction in the beginning, who you are, what is your background,
Yes.
so that not only people on this show, but the people, those who will be looking at it, seeing it, they can also then connect easily.
Yes,
There might be
absolutely.
people with your interest, millions
Yeah.
of around the world. They'll
Yes,
immediately connect with you. There might be
yes,
people around the world, many people, those who can immediately connect with Ali Shansar Saab. So this is a
yes,
very good thing. It's a very
yes.
interesting thing that also
True.
makes the show more attractive, more acceptable everywhere.
Absolutely.
There are all type of people, and some would like to continue seeing till the end. Those
Yes,
who are
yes,
connected.
yes. Yes, yes.
So that is also very important element.
Right.
Yes,
So that's why one more point, Mr. Bakshi. Every session has a definite start and a definite end.
correct.
It cannot carry on, once you said, okay, thank you very much, meeting you, and so on and so forth. After
Yeah,
that, it should not carry on. Once you have done your thing, everyone should immediately leave the meeting so that the
exactly.
session ends, and
Yeah,
that little bit of editing to be done
true.
by the editor.
Correct.
That's very, very important. And that can only happen when you have respect for the time. If say
Exactly.
1 hour
Exactly.
session, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wind up
Uh-huh.
everything.
Mhm. That is true.
So
That is
that's
true.
all. That's all from my side. Any other thing?
One more thing, sir. We have to
Ji.
have a special, you know, way of handling the lady guest.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes. That's a very actually sensitive issue. Point
very
well
sensitive.
taken, Mr. Shanshan. Whenever
And
you have a lady guest, and especially those ones who are appearing for the very first time,
mhm.
so there is an element of shyness, little bit of, and sometimes they get nervous and mm, they struggle with the words. So one has to give that kind of a consideration.
Mhm.
I had one lady guest, and she says, "Okay, you're very nice, but what is your background? Send me your CV." So I said, "Okay, ma'am, I'll do that." I mean, I had to
Okay.
satisfy her. She said, "You've seen
So
my CV.
though
Why don't you tell
though it
me about
though it
yourself?"
rarely happens, yeah, it rarely
मैंने
happens,
कहा
but
ठीक है, मैंने कहा आई डिडंट, मेरी इज्जत थोड़ी सा जा रही थी।
जी
मैंने कहा
जी
ठीक है,
नहीं
ले लो
ठीक है,
भैया।
ठीक है, ठीक ठीक है. So so to the lady guests, these instructions will stand through. खासतौर से ये बताने के लिए कि पूरी लाइट में बैठना है, नो ओवर मेकअप. And because what happens when you do makeup more than required, your face shines something which is very unnatural. But
Mhm.
ये कन्वे करना जो है ये एक कलाकारी वाला काम है. One should not feel offended because the ultimate aim is to make the show good. So the
True.
dressing up and a little makeup, which is more applicable to the ladies and less applicable to the gents.
One thing you said very interesting, which I have never, I mean, I did not know at all. And I think I will request you again to elaborate a bit for the audience at large also. You said the background takes space.
Yes. Yes,
Can you please tell what
yeah.
does it mean?
Yes, yes,
That
Mr.
virtual
Bakshi.
background which takes
Virtual
space or
background.
whatever. Yeah.
Yes. You see, why do you choose virtual background? Because the place where you are sitting, in your
Yeah.
room or where whatever,
Mm.
your background may be a cause of distraction. It may have many things, hanging left and right.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
would like to replace that background with a virtual background, which is done by
Okay.
the built-in software of Zoom. Like you are seeing me right now.
Yes.
So there are a number of items behind me. I'm sitting in my studio, and
Mm.
I have to ensure that people look at me and not in those items which are kept behind me.
Mm.
So I choose built-in. Yeah, Zoom also gives you built-in virtual backgrounds like this one with green leaves. And whenever we choose any kind of virtual background, it slows down the net speed. It is a universal truth. So if you want to do the best balancing, you can blur your background. So by blurring the background, whatever is there in the background will not be clearly seen. It will be a blurred background, but your face will be very, very clearly seen. That's what about. virtual में.
Okay. Okay.
You can
And
use
the
any
other
picture.
advantage is कि आपका
हम्म,
कोई आगे पीछे जा रहा है ना तो वो दिखाई नहीं
हाँ
देगा.
हाँ हाँ, बिल्कुल सही, बहुत सही कर रही है.
हाँ,
नहीं तो कुछ ना कुछ मूवमेंट हो रहा है कोई घर में, अनलेस यू हैव लॉक्ड योर सेल्फ अप इन दैट रूम. अदरवाइज
Correct.
कोई एकदम से आ जाएगा घर का कोई भी सदस्य,
Yeah.
एंड देन इट विल बी अ डिस्ट्रैक्शन.
The right word you said is distraction.
जी, डिस्ट्रैक्शन. सो वन हैज टू
And,
अवॉइड दैट.
and it gives
एंड
also a interference in your mind,
absolutely, absolutely.
confusion.
Confusion. And be very, very honest with your microphone. When you are not speaking, it's not your turn. Kindly mute your microphone, because
Okay.
that's very important for a smooth session to go.
Okay. Good points. Very valid points. Correctly said. I had also switched off the fan because it's also, it may not,
Yeah, yeah, I know it
can't,
produces
but
sound. Mhm.
it'll, some whirring sound, it'll enter the system.
Yes,
हाँ,
yes,
हाँ.
The
yes.
fan. So it's,
Because yeah,
as
when
you,
wind is.
yeah, it's not a soundproof room, so we
Mhm.
can't avoid that, but switching off
Yes,
is a good
yeah,
idea.
you can switch on your AC, but you can switch off your fan, because by and large AC is silent.
Mhm.
So these were the
Great.
points, I think.
That's wonderful. Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Ali Shah, or you know, to ask?
बख्शी साहब आप as I was telling you earlier कि sir
Mhm.
after how many uh, I mean videos or this thing shows can we monetize this show so that it
Uh,
Monetize.
starts raking in benefits for everybody? It's a question.
I don't know, but I think we can discuss at some other point, maybe.
Yeah, we may have a different session for this, but just for your sake of little bit information, to monetize your
Uh,
video, it should have certain viewership.
uh, uh,
I think that viewership ballpark point is 4,000.
How many?
4,000 people should have.
Please
4,000.
repeat.
4,000.
four
Okay.
thousand for one video.
Yeah, for one video. Only after that, you can think of monetizing.
That means one video or a series that you are making.
No, series has got 10. So
Ah,
10 into 4,000.
40,000.
Each video. It is the monetization is for each video, not for
Uh-huh,
series. Maybe in
that's
that
right.
series,
Uh,
some videos are all trash, so nobody will
Hmm.
see it. But in that
Correct.
series, some videos are interesting. People will see that. So your
Hmm.
monetization is per video, and
Per
we can
session.
have, yeah, per session.
because the moment
Okay.
you open up a person, पुण्य प्रसन्न वाजपेयी 10 लाख तक वो छू लेता है.
Yeah,
Ravish Kumar also
yeah. There are people who
over
are
10
very,
lakhs.
very, very, yeah, famous public figures. Their viewership definitely goes exponentially high.
Hmm.
So
Because they
monetization
already
is,
have a I mean, following.
that's why they've got a following, and you
Uh,
see the quality of their videos is fantastic. They keep all
yeah.
these points in their mind, whatever we
Yes,
have discussed in last
yes,
half an hour. So quality video with good background, good voice, and good lighting arrangement
yes.
will surely attract more viewers, not undermining the content. Your content should also be good.
Very important. Content is very important.
True.
कंटेंट
True.
पे सारा सारा पैसा मिलता है.
उसी पे मिलता
That's
है.
true. That is true.
और डिलीवरी.
Yes, and the delivery of that content. So ये सारी छोटी छोटी चीजें हमने एक जनरली जो
Hmm.
होस्ट और गेस्ट के लिए,
Hmm.
and when we take it to a professional level, then there are lot many other things also जो कि
True.
which is outside the purview of this session. So
अगर
I
if
must.
we are doing, we would like to make it professional, sir. But the thing is that right now we are doing it from our homes. But
correct.
in due course of time, we may have
Mhm.
to use a studio. And
You
I
can
mean,
set up a studio. You don't, Mr. Ali, मैं बताता हूँ आपको. आज
uh,
के जमाने में you don't need any dedicated studio.
अच्छा
Like I
अच्छा.
have set up my own home studio. I
Hmm.
can't afford to make a proper studio which runs into lakhs and lakhs of rupees.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
have set,
really?
yeah, I have set up my own home studio. But since I'm a music maker also, so I need lot many instruments,
Okay.
gadgets, and various types of software,
Hmm.
and all these things are hooked on to my laptop. And
Okay, so I,
yeah, so that's very important. And last but not the least, please remember, for the guest as well as for the host, whenever these things are going on an Android has to be kept horizontal, not vertical. Please remember that.
Okay. Good
एक
point.
लॉजिकल रीजन ये है, when
Uh-huh.
you when you put your Android vertical, a lot of space above your head which is not actually required, वो
it's
भी
true,
ऐसा
it's
है.
seen.
Whereas when you keep your Android horizontal, first of all, visually it is more appealing.
Mhm. I must add
So
here, you got a very appropriate virtual background. It looks very nice to the eyes, green color, green
yes,
vegetation in
absolutely,
summer, and that's also
that,
important thing.
that's also
Uh,
important. Uh,
the appropriate virtual
appropriate.
background.
Yes, 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 yes.
That's
So
also,
that catches your eyes.
yes, it
Yes,
highlights your face, your personality.
absolutely.
It's a very valid thing. So,
So I
Ali
think,
Saab, what else?
Bakshi ji, I thank you for coming here, and I want you here more often. No
Mm.
more excuses. I know you have frequent trips to Bhutan, तो वहां पे तो अपनी चाहत दिखा दी आपने, हाँ? और चाय भी पी ली, मगर आप यहाँ पे मतलब आते रहिए, ऐसी नहीं कि मतलब बतियाने के लिए.
हाँ हाँ.
हमारी हमारी दादी कहती थी, कल्ला चले तो 70 बला टले.
हम्म.
कलसा बड़ी रस्टिक सेइंग है ये.
हाँ
कल्ला
हाँ.
चले
जी,
तो 70 बला
जी,
टले.
हम्म.
तो आप भी बात करते रहिए, बात बात करने से कौन रोकता है आपको.
बात करने से बात बनती है.
हाँ, और ना गीला है ना सूखा है, ना गिलवा
हाँ.
गीला है ना शिकवा है, सॉरी. हाँ,
हाँ.
जब गीला शिकवा नहीं है तो फिर क्या फायदा. आप
So
आते रहिए, मस्त रहिए.
I,
हाँ.
I also thank you for inviting me over to the
हाँ.
this discussion today,
अरे वाह.
and thank you to Colonel VD Singh also. He also took out time from his tight schedule and came and spoke to
हाँ.
us on very valid points, very nuances on the do's and don'ts for the host
Agree.
and the guest. And I think we can say thanks to everybody, to our
Thank you
viewers.
so much. हाँ.